It was established in 1963, and among their many achievements is their annual Festival of Fame, which is now in its 14th year. This is Africa's leading art school, known to us as the National School of the Arts out in Braamfontein in Johannesburg. Welcome to this edition of the Art Bulletin. My name is Dumisi Dumedi. It's an art form that cannot be touched or seen. I could be talking about poetry or music, but I'm actually referring to one that provides a platform to both and so much more: radio. South Africa will take the time to celebrate its radio presenters, readers, technicians, producers, bosses and stars at the 5th Annual MTN Radio Awards. The ceremony is set to take place on the 12th of April.
The important thing is that we recognize the importance of the medium as a means of communication and as a medium through which most of South Africa consumes their news and entertainment. Well, the MTN Radio was primarily a reward and recognition platform for the entire medium of radio. It spans across all types of radio. That includes PBS stations, commercial radio stations, as well as community and campus radio stations. So it is representative of the entire radio community, but it is the one credible platform that we offer to the industry where their excellence will be recognized and rewarded.
Nicole Curry and Richard Fitz are two South African designers who are currently in New York to showcase their works at the Fashion Week Brooklyn. Curry's brand, Iconic, will showcase her range, which continues to celebrate the classic woman with her clean cuts and lines. The Fashion Week ends today in Brooklyn.
My Art International and the Brooklyn Style Foundation were looking for South African emerging designers and models to showcase their skills at the Fashion Week Brooklyn. Richard Fitz and Nicole Curry are the two designers who have been chosen to represent South Africa and offer the Brooklyn community a glimpse of the South African cultural scene through their designs. Iconic is Nicole's clothing brand, which consists of simplistic silhouettes. Young male designer Richard Fitz works with raw wool to create these eco-friendly garments. These designs will be showcased today in New York for the 8th Brooklyn Fashion Week.
South African artist Roden Kane Hart spent time in England analyzing the influence of European architecture on the South African lifestyle. This is translated in his latest exhibition titled Forms SW, which is on until the 31st of March in Mamboning Precinct.
Nirox Projects and Roden Kane Hart present the latest exhibition titled Forms. Hart's residency at the Yorkshire Sculpture Park in England has inspired him to focus on the influence that the architectural forms of Europe have on the urban cities in South Africa. Forms SW, which suggests the South Africa, and W suggesting the West England, is a project that focuses on the influence of European classicism, modernism and postmodernism. Hart's abstracted work presents the historical and logic elements behind the artistic medium itself.
Master acoustic guitarist Tony Cox is returning from the first leg of his highly acclaimed sold-out shows around the country with the launch of his Badkos CD and DVD. Cox will now take the products to the Live and Acoustic Festival taking place today at the Kirstenbosch Botanical Gardens.
Cox's CD features what he calls his Badkos music, as well as recordings from his time in the studio with producer Joe Arthur. While the DVD features the acoustic guitar master playing some of South Africa's most beloved tunes and was shot at an exquisite garden at the Opa Studio near Magaliesburg. Music pundits say it is Cox's sheer command of the realm of music via a wooden box with 6 strings, all sheathed in a throwaway humor that has made his home-brewed guitarist a much-loved icon of the acoustic guitar in South Africa. Tickets for the Folk and Acoustic Festival at the Kirstenbosch Botanical Gardens are available at www.webtickets.co.za and starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Acclaimed double bassist and Wits University lecturer Lex Fuchani will take his music to the KZN province, hosting 4 gigs at the end of the month. Also a composer and arranger, Fuchani will conduct 2 community projects while in the city of Durban.
I spent a lot of years in Durban. I studied in Durban at Natal University, and then when I finished studying, I taught there, so I spent 15 years of my life in Durban. KZN, or Durban in particular, has got a very vibrant and warm and engaging audiences. You don't always pre-select your music, Sometimes you get to a venue and you start playing and you realize, oops, okay, this audience is kind of, in this vibe. Or sometimes it's the audience that dictate to you. You play the first note and you hear some response and you're like, wow, let's keep it that way. All I can say, come there, open your ears and your eyes and savor the moment.
UKZN's Centre for Creative Arts is gearing up for the 17th annual Time of the Writer. The International Festival of Writers will open tomorrow evening with a tribute dedicated to respected thinker, academic and prolific writer Professor Mbulelo Mzamani, who passed away last month.
Bringing together some of the world's finest novelists, authors and storytellers to Durban, the 17th Time of the Writer International Festival of Writers will take on the theme Freeing Our Imagination. Supported by the City of Durban, the French Institute of South Africa and the KZN Department of Arts and Culture, the festival will be based at the UKZN Elizabeth Snedden Theatre until the 22nd of March 2014. 20 writers from South Africa, the continent and other parts of the world are expected to participate in this year's leg of the gathering. Among the festival's highlights is a panel discussion titled Finding the South African Funny Bone, which will be facilitated by writer and radio personality Ndumiso Ngcobo. Tickets are 25 Rand for the evening session, 10 Rand for students, and can be purchased through CompuTicket or at the door 1 hour before the event. Workshops and seminars are free.
As the arts industry warms up to cross-genre collaborations, the Vuyani Dance Theatre and the National Youth Orchestra are also living up to the challenge of thinking outside of their boundaries. Their collaborative project titled Full Moon premieres next month at the Joburg Theatre.
For me, it's really about taking contemporary dance into another level. And you know, as we get involved in bigger production as a company, as a Vuyani Dance company, we're also being aware of the fact that we have to obviously take care of our own productions and make sure that they speak to the magnitude of the production itself. So that's why we have an orchestra, and that's the reason also we have Black Coffee as a designer. So it's bringing all these facets and interesting people and collaborators who are already making a great, creating a wonderful landscape of the art in general. So for me, it's really creating that wonderful epic.
And that's how this edition of the Art Bulletin comes to an end from the National School of the Arts, which is Africa's leading art school out in Braamfontein in Johannesburg. If you think your child's artistic clock could tick much better here, do visit www.artschool.co.za. If it's their Festival of Fame you'd like to know more about, do visit www.festivaloffame.co.za. You can also keep in touch with us by emailing us, visiting our Facebook page or following us on Twitter. Until next time, it's a goodbye from us.